Hi guys, Jill here. Today I wanted to share this graduation card that I made for my niece Reagan using the Lawn Fawn Scalloped Box card pop-up die. I also used the Mama Elephant Party Animal stamp set. I stamped it onto Bristol cardstock using my go-to stamp pad, which is the VersaFine Onyx Black ink pad. Now I did a lot of coloring, so I sped it up, but I used one of my favorite ways to color, which is the Zig Clean Color Real Brush markers. Now for the little chicks, I used the yellow as well as, I think I just used the yellow. Yeah, I just used the yellow. And so I use my water brush. Actually, no, I also use the bright yellow, so that's 50 and 52. And I use my water brush to blend them out. Now, what you're seeing in the picture is a lot of water. It's just the way that my camera picks up the water. I really don't use that much water. And so I just go in, let everything dry, and then I might go back in and do some additional blending. But it's really easy to blend on the Bristol paper. And the bright yellow, excuse me, is almost an orange. And then I added the little nose in with that bright yellow again. I just don't blend it out. Sorry, I'm still getting over some allergies that my allergy medicine isn't helping with. Okay, so then I came in on the little party hat with lilac, which is 83. And like I said, they're really easy to blend. Now, when you're seeing me going off screen, I am just getting either excess water or excess color off on the back of my hand. I know, real scientific, but that's how I do it. I've always done it that way. And then I came back in, darkened up a little bit with, again, that bright yellow. So I don't have the matching dies, but these little images are really easy to cut out. And in hindsight, I probably just should have used my brother's scan and cut. And now coming in with the bunnies, these were really easy to color. I just came in with, the 901 gray tint. And I just kind of gave them a little bit of fullness. Now I tried two different colors, but I ended up going with the gray tint. You'll see here I left my mistake in where I used the beige 72, and it's really funny where some of these colors blend beautifully and then some of them just don't. Well, the beige 72 on the bunny, as you're about to see, it just did not blend out at all. But let's go back to this bunny for now. So I did the beige and it blends out really nice. I'm going to come in with the Sugar Almond Pink, which is 200, and I'm going to add in the ears as well as the cheeks. Oh, here's the beige. Big fail. But yet the beige works really nice in smaller areas, but this big bunny, you can't really like partition out any one smaller area very easily. And by the time I got to the one area, that's the one thing about these markers on the Bristol paper, is that it will sink in pretty quickly. So just be cautious of that. That it sinks in and then it's there. So that is something that the Bristol does. So yeah, did not like how that bunny came out at all. Okay, so I just decided to just start over, and you'll see that I do that. Okay, so now I'm going to go in and just kind of move on, and I'm going to start doing some of the balloons. This one is just Cobalt Blue 31, and I'm just going to blend it out. And there's a good amount of coloring, so everything I did was pretty straightforward. I tried to get a little bit less straightforward on the star, but I ended up going back to plain old coloring. The hat, let's see, that I went with light carmine, which is 21. And then I let that blue dry some, and I went back in with a little bit more. And then I will go back over to the star balloon. I meant to go back over with a light carmine, and I actually had picked up the sugar almond pink, so I started to blend that out, and I realized that that wasn't the color that I wanted. That was the ear color. So there you can kind of see how I use the back of my hand when I color. It's easier than using a towel, because a paper towel will leach the color out of your water brush, and you'll find yourself trying to push the color out of the water brush, and I think that's where you tend to run into more problems with the water brush. Okay, so there you have that. Now, I did do just a tiny bit of masking to get my little graduation. So I used the graduation hat. And the first thing I do is I stamp the hat, because you want that to be in the foreground. And that is from the Lawn Fawn excuse me, Smart Cookie stamp set. So you stamp that, and you make a little mask for it. I used a Post-it note. I put that in my MISTI. So sorry about my throat. And then I stamped the bunny over top of it. Good thing I was using my MISTI. Want to make sure I had everything lined up before I took it all off. And then I re-stamped that other bunny, and I'm going to color those just the same. Okay, so I had cut and assembled some of the basics there. Now, this box is really easy to put together. You want to use a strong tape. You put your first batch together there. Then you'll cut that box twice. Then as many of the inside pieces as you want. I went with 3. Then assemble those 3 down on one side. Then you'll pull your adhesive up on those 3 parts, as well as the other side of the box, and then close your box. And then now you have your box. Leave the back unfolded, because that's where you're going to write your message, and that's the part that doesn't fold down. And I had already stuck all my papers down. There's a die in there that cuts those. There are a lot of videos out there that go into detail on assembling the box, so I didn't think that you wanted me to go into that. I used the Congrats set from Hero Arts. This is a stamp and cut set. To cut out the Congrats, I cut it 3 times on black paper and stuck those together. It's the first time I've done that. It's easy to do. I've seen it done a million times. And I used my Ranger multi-matte medium. or multi-medium map. And I kind of exaggerated how the word was put together by kind of putting the A all the way down at the bottom of the R. Just for some added interest. I'm not sure if I love how it turned out, but it's what I did. And I stuck that at the front. And then here's how I stuck those in. I didn't think you needed the whole painful me showing all of them. I cut a piece of packaging and stuck them on the back of all the animals with glossy accents. Then I took the glossy accents on the bottom of each of those pieces and stuck it down in to the card. And then I finally found a use for all those teeny tiny paper clips we had to have. I'm sorry I'm out of frame. But I held those on with that, and then I just let it sit there. And so I left that for a while. It only takes about an hour to dry. And then I pulled those off, and that's where all those little parts are held in there, so that when the recipient or Reagan gets her card, it lays flat, and there's the back where I put the little graduation bunny and a diploma. So there you have it. So as always, thanks for stopping by, and I do hope you like this card. If you enjoyed this video, I'd really appreciate it if you'd give me a thumbs up. So have a great day.